Well, here we are in Detroit. Come on, let's keep walking. This is a video, right?
Yes.
And make sure you don't get hit by that car there, Angelos.
Go ahead. So what is this building?
This building is the abandoned train station, the central train station. And, you know, a leftover ruin from the glory days of Detroit when they had a booming economy. But at the end of World War II, everything's changed, and basically starting in the late 50s they had some race riots, and then again in the 60s, and Detroit started going downhill as the automobile industry left slowly. And as the automobile industry left, all the jobs left, and then the people left, and the city is essentially half the size it was 50 years ago, and there's not a lot of economic activity here to bring people back. So this area here we're in, Detroit, this part of Detroit is, it's got the poorest zip code in the United States.
Is this downtown Detroit?
Yeah, well, not too far. It's actually on the other side, not too far from here, but we're very close. We're about a half a mile from downtown Detroit. I mean, you saw where the hotel was.
Yes. So this is not downtown Detroit.
We're about a half a mile from downtown.
And this was what, the Central Railroad Station?
Central train station. This is where all the goods and services came into Detroit, basically.
And when did this close? About 10 years ago?
No, this closed, I believe, in 1970, somewhere around there. Been closed for a while. I mean, that's the thing, and they just leave it. So all over are these incredible abandoned factories that are just still standing. And the heyday of Detroit was in the 1920s, basically, when Henry Ford, invented the city, and basically.
And look at the structure. What is it? About 10, 20 stories high.
All right.
And this is interesting, the grassy knoll. About, I guess, what they're doing here.
Not the first time it was not here. The second time it was here. This is all landscape architecture. How do you fill space? That's the big thing. That they have more space, more property than they know what to do with.
Make it into community gardens. You should be growing vegetables.
Yeah, they could do that.
There you go.
Look at it.
As opposed to ornamental grasses.
And obviously those were buildings over there, and that's how come they planted the trees.
That's the restaurant there, the red, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There's downtown.
There you go. And the highlight is a Renaissance building.
When you actually look at, not the Renaissance building, but on this side of it, you start looking up at the skyscrapers, you can see that a lot of them have, boarded up windows high up and broken windows. A lot of those skyscrapers. That's downtown.
And there goes these trees that they planted. These trees, you can tell they just planted these trees by the,
Well, that's one thing that...
And Peter, turn around. Just tell us, what do you do, Peter? No,
what do I do?
Yes.
I study urban ecology.
Yes. And you're a professor where?
I study weeds.
And you're a professor where?
At Harvard.
Yeah.
But nobody here in Detroit believes me when I tell them that.
And look, even the old building, even the old tree, look at that. They covered it up over here.
Well, I mean, just look at how much empty space there is. This was all buildings.
Yeah, look at that. Even that one over there, even that one over there. All around.
Somebody told me there's a waiting list of 5,000 structures to be torn down.
Yeah, and you can buy a building here for $1,000.
Angelos,
or less.
You should invest. This is your big investment opportunity.
I would love to.
Look at the hotel.
Yeah, look at those. Yeah, look at that hotel. Look at that. Look at that. And we got the trees. And we got with Peter, his wife Susan Klaw. And the other, and Peter, you got to mention also the other interesting thing about the sidewalks. What were about the sidewalks?
Oh, the sidewalk. Well, you can tell, you know, once the weeds get established, they begin to just tear up the blacktop.
And that's what happened here, except obviously.
That's what everything is like right here. It's abandoned parking lot.
And these are the few bright spots, these businesses over here.
Well, this one little section, one tiny little section managed to, survive.
Look at that. We're just gonna videotape up to there. It's a nice business. There's really not that much. And usually most these businesses, I shouldn't say that, but most of them are white on there, from probably suburbia. Or tourists that come here.
Well, tourists.
Tourists. Look at that.
Bobby, inside or outside?
He must have gone in.
It's a good sign.
And look at this.
There you go.
Obviously this is a major road. And this is, what is it, Michigan Street?
Michigan Avenue.
This is Michigan Avenue.
Well, this was the main road leading into Detroit. From Dearborn is down there.
Yes. And we got Slow's Barbecues.
I got Peter and Angela sign up.
Yes. There you go. All right, 1, 2,